Today's mailbag brought to you guys by BetDSI. Head over to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code Cowboys120. That gets you a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, they're going to give you $60 for free. Again, more questions here. Use hashtag Cowboys. Makes it a lot easier for producer who should have found them. That's hashtag Cowboys, not Cowboys hashtag traded or whatever. Just hashtag Cowboys and then get to your question there like Anthony did here. Wants to know, when is Michael Gallup expected back? He's not going to play this week. I think there is a decent chance he plays next week. That is the opening of the window. I think absolute worst case, and I don't think it gets to this point, he'll be back by the bye week. I think next week is when you start the true Michael Gallup return watch, if you will. Aaron Davis, do you think Jones will travel with Thomas Sunday? He means Byron Jones shadowing Michael Thomas. I don't think for much of the game. That hasn't really been the Cowboys' MO in terms of the secondary. But I would like to see Byron cover Michael Thomas more often than not. But we'll see what they do. The Saints don't have a lot outside of Michael Thomas at receiver. If I were in charge, yes, I would shadow. The issue is, are you going to shadow with probably a little bit decent amount of zone coverage? Maybe he shadows on key passing downs. That might be the best route there for Dallas and the most likely outcome. Rodrick Tharps here. Do you see the Cowboys clinching the division early? Let's hope so. Best case scenario, at least for right now, the here and now, Packers beat the Eagles, which I guess by the time this is on VOD, we will know. So we'll find out. I'll look smarter dumb. I got the Packers winning. Hopefully I'm right. And the Cowboys beat the Saints, and then boom, they have a 3-game lead over your biggest division threat. Even if the Giants are 2-2, do you really fear them? I don't think so. Seneca Wheeler. If the Cowboys miss the playoffs and the Steelers fire Mike Tomlin, would he be a good fit to replace Jason Garrett as head coach? Tomlin is certainly a big name, but here's the thing. Entering the year, I wasn't the highest on Mike Tomlin. I don't think he did the greatest job of managing the locker room. Now, to be fair, it looks better after the Antonio Brown fiasco, and I'm sure we have an AB question in here somewhere. Maybe we'll get to it. But I would target someone like Lincoln Riley or even promote internally at that point, potentially, over Mike Tomlin. He would be on my list. I don't think he'd be at the top of my list, though. All right, Randford Griffin back again. Wants to know how Sean Lee is being used. Sparingly is the best word to describe Sean Lee's usage. Frankly, he's the number 4 linebacker right now. Go look at the snap counts. Joe Thomas, and I think this is the right move, has surpassed Sean Lee on the field. And I know they want to keep Lee fresh for later in the year and don't want to overwork him and have injury issues overall. But Sean Lee's a backup. Probably a bit of an overpriced backup, but at this point it's too late to move on from him. This might end up being the last year for Sean Lee. He has not played very much. So that's the update there on Lee. All right, meet me halfway. What's better for the Cowboys, the Packers losing or the Eagles? I understand the desire to have both teams lose. Green Bay is going to compete in theory with Dallas for a potential number 1 overall seed, home field advantage, all that kind of stuff, though. But I want the Eagles to lose. I think a divisional rival losing is always going to be more important than another NFC team losing. So, look, we never want to cheer for Philly in most cases. This one is no exception. Philadelphia, you want them to lose this week. Anarchy, do you think Devin Smith will hold it down against the Saints? It's an OSU, potentially, matchup. Eli Apple versus Devin Smith. Smith was used very limitedly against the Dolphins. Nothing to throw the ball very, very much. He'll be fine. He's not Michael Gallup. He's not going to put up Gallup production, but he does stretch the field. He'll keep the defense honest and provide a little bit more of the middle over the field stuff. All right, TKG, how do the Cowboys stop getting so many flags and off to a slow start every game? It's weird, right? Last year, the scripted offense seemed to be better, i.e. those first 15 or so plays. This year, it's almost the opposite. After the script ends, the Cowboys offense wakes up. I don't have the solution. It's not as simple as do this and all of a sudden you're fixed here. I think you have to experiment with different things and see how it goes from there. I'm not that concerned, though. It's not like they've been a slow start. Like, much of these slow starts have been the opening drive, and then they're fine. So I'm not too worried about that at this point. All right, guys, make sure you are subscribed. I looked at the numbers here. All right, we got 800 live watching right now. Here's the thing, though. Of you guys who watch, we looked at the stats here. 2/3 of you aren't even subscribed. I don't know what you're doing. Like, if it's cool if you just want to come in every now and then, but like, don't you want updates? Clearly you care enough to watch, so go subscribe. YouTube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Get us to 50K, or I'm going to go to Cabo. I've seen the numbers. It's 2/3 of you. It's very much a weird flex. I mean, it's America. You can do whatever you want, but I'd subscribe if I were you. And, 36K already agree with me as well. All right, Carlos Barbosa. Should we get a pass rusher next draft? That is something you're going to have to look at. Because, yes, you have Robert Quinn right now. He's a free agent. Do you want to start Dorrance Armstrong / Joe Jackson right now? I'm not at that spot. Kerry Hyder's a free agent too. So I think, yes, once again, pass rush is going to be one of your biggest needs. There it is. Erik Alvarado. I'm going to be nice because I appreciate you watching, Erik. No, the Cowboys should have zero interest whatsoever in Antonio Brown. All right, he is the Grinch right now. I'm not going to touch him with a 39.5-foot pole. Between him and a seasick crocodile, I'd rather sign the crocodile. I don't want Antonio Brown anywhere near this team. Cowboys receiving core is more than fine. I don't want that cancer in the locker room at all. He's a pain in the ass to deal with. Meet me halfway gets it. Maybe he's a fan of Mitch's Oakland show too. FAB, I don't want him. I'm not interested at all. Oh, this is a good one. David Blide. I got to think about this one. All right, better team. Mahomes on the Cowboys or Zeke on the Chiefs? I mean, I think this is a tough one for me because relative to the current player, Zeke over the LaShawn McCoy, Damian Williams, whatever, I think might be a bigger upgrade than Mahomes over Dak. Maybe just a little bit, but the quarterback's so important. And if you pair Mahomes and Zeke, I think I have to go Mahomes on the Cowboys. That's not a shot against Dak. Please don't take it as that. But it's Mahomes. Like, he's good. He's the best in the NFL. I would rather have the best quarterback than the best running back in the NFL. I'm sorry if that's, blasphemy. All right, Jonathan Guadalupe. Should we trade or cut Randy Gregory? Is he even on the team anymore? He is still on the commissioner's suspended list, so you can't do anything with him right now. There's no benefit to that. So just keep him on the roster. Like, let's wait and see on Randy. Guys, I'll tell you right now, when we figure out news on Randy Gregory, we will tell you. As of right now, there is no update. He's just kind of like, your Christmas bonus. Like, you think you're going to get it at some point, but it's not quite guaranteed. So you can't count on it because that's bad management of yourself. You think he'll be there at some point, but you're not sure, all right? Speaking of bonuses, go get one from Bet. Here's some money you can count on. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120 gets you a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, they're going to give you $60 for free. Put down $100, they're going to give you $120. Put down $500 bones, they'll give you $600. That's the best betting deal out there. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys120. Make some extra money. Keep betting on the Cowboys and betting against the Dolphins. Parlay those. You'll make a lot of money this season. All right, Manny Fresh, as I get a sip of my water here. Of the players that are currently on a one-year deal, do we see anyone signing long-term, i.e. Cobb? I think Randall Cobb and Robert Quinn, maybe Chris Covington, and then Kerry Hyder make the most sense. I think Cobb, though, he knows after this year, this is going to be his last chance at big money. And I think he might just follow the money, kind of like Cole Beasley did. Maybe the Cowboys draft a different slot guy next year's draft. Alan Williams. What kind of position players would you get on the Cowboys for needs next year if you were the GM, Tom? So I'm going to ignore the trench. I'll go with trench play too. Quarterback, I spent like a 6th-round pick so you get lucky, but probably not going to get in that scenario. That's fine. I think you're fine in the backfield. Receiver, I'm probably going to target a slot guy to replace Randall Cobb, maybe as soon as round 3. Tight end, I think you still got to investigate there, see if there's someone that you like. Offensive line, I'm looking at maybe a swing tackle, but that's kind of a luxury pick at this point, especially if you bring back Cam Fleming. I'm looking at an edge rusher, I'm looking at corner, and I'm looking at safety. I think next year, you'll probably focus a little bit heavier on the defensive side of the ball, at least potentially. All right, guys, again, coming up this week, it's Saturday is the day, if I'm remembering correctly here, National Drink Beer Day. So with that in mind, what is your guys' favorite beer? Let me know in the comment section. And also, Shiner, you're my favorite beer. Are you up? Do you want to help me out here and, sponsor the show? Send me some free stuff? I'm sure somebody that watches here works for Shiner. It's here in Texas. So, Shiner, if you're watching, look a brother up. Let's work something out here. All right, we don't mind it. And other votes coming in here, by the way, because I'll give some shout-outs. I see a lot of Modelo, Miller Lite is in here, Michelob Ultra, Cactus Lime. Weird pick, but I'd never heard of it. Is it good? Producer really just says it's awesome. Dylan in the background giving it the thumbs up, too. So I guess it's good. I've never had it before. I don't have a beer with me. Moonshine, I don't think that counts. Ghost in the Machine, that's a good dark horse pick there. See what I did there? Pacifico, Corona, Shock Top, also a good choice there. Ronald, Modelo, always good choices. So keep those coming, guys. Let me know in the comment section. I like the various options that we have in the comment section. All right, Oscar Holly, user. Is the Cowboys passing game more at risk if Amari Cooper does not play in New Orleans? Of course it is. All of a sudden, your number one receiver is Tavon Austin? I guess that's Randall Cobb, but he's your slot guy. So Austin, Devin Smith, Cobb? That's like the worst in the NFL. Like, I don't think that's the route you want to go if you're the Cowboys. So I think he plays, but just keep that in mind there. All right, Manny Ramon here. Would you blitz the corner more than what the Cowboys have now the defense doesn't blitz much? Is this a twist off? It is a twist off. All right, I'll chug this in a second here. It's Boss, the orange, and it's warm. Great, can't wait. I am not a great chugger. To answer your question here, Manny, the corner blitz used sporadically has been effective in the past for the Cowboys. Remember how good Skandrick was? I mean, there was a time where I thought Skandrick was the best pass rusher the Cowboys had. I think AB and Lewis can both do that well. All right, DJ47 wants to know about weaknesses. My weakness is chugging beers, so let's have fun. That's fairly gross. All right, DJ Fortis. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. One weakness about the team. Pass rush has to be a little bit better. I don't think it's that bad, but they need to get more pressure on the quarterback. All right, Eli Long here. I'll stifle that burp for you. You're welcome. Is Terrence Williams done with the NFL? He's only 30. He had a workout like a week ago. I can't remember which team was it. Was it with Buffalo? I think it was with Buffalo. He had a workout. Yes, Tino, it was a weak chug. I am not good at chugging beers, guys. I'm just not. It's just not my thing. All right, Francisco, does the 1-2 punch with Zeke and Tony Pollard remind you of the 1-2 punch we had in Barber and Felix Jones? So I forget who mentioned this on Twitter. I can't remember who it was, and I'm sorry that I'm stealing your trademark tweet. What if Tony Pollard is going to be what we wanted Felix Jones to be? Isn't that a pretty plausible outcome? Like, special teams guy, receives, quick passes. I think it's plausible, but I think Zeke's better than Marion Barber, who, by the way, I loved. I loved Marion the Barbarian. All right, Harold here, as I continue to burp, and excuse me, it's very, very inconsiderate of me. Do we have a flea flicker in our game plan? I don't know if it's in the game plan, but I do know that it is in the playbook. I don't know when or if you'll see it, but the Cowboys have a flea flicker in their playbook. We saw it at practice earlier this year. All right, James Rodriguez, what are the chances Dallas sweeps the whole division? You're off to a great start, right? 2-0, that's the best you could hope for. That's how math works. I'll go 40%. The games that worry me are the Eagles games. I'm not concerned about the Redskins or Giants, barring a surprise upset. But beating the Eagles on the road late in the year, it's not going to be easy. So, it's possible, but I don't think it's going to be the most likely outcome. All right, Skim Patak. And by the way, if you go 5-1, you're ecstatic. That's exactly what you want, by the way. What grade do you give Connor Williams so far? I thought it was pretty good, like B plus range against the Dolphins. I thought he was not that good against the Redskins, like a D range. And then I thought against the Giants, he was solid, kind of more of that C plus, B minus range. So I guess you put it all together, you're kind of in that B minus range. Connor Williams, it's fair to say he is the weak link, but it's not like the chain is broken, Like if that's your weak link, you have the best offensive line in the NFL. Oh, look, the Cowboys do. Funny how that works out. So I think he's been better this year. He's not quite all the way there, but I've seen growth, and I am not as concerned as some of you are about Connor Williams. Sir Wilborn. Okay, Tom, everything's on the line. Who makes the call? Garrett, Moore, or Dak? I will cheat with my answer, and I'm sorry for it. You ignore Garrett. Garrett decides, let's just say it's 4th down. So this is how the thought process works, all right? 4th down. 4th and 3, you're down by 3 at I don't know. You're inside the red zone. The theory's getting all out of whack here. So 4th down, Garrett says go for it. Kellen Moore picks the play, and Dak Prescott makes the decision to audible or not. That's the route you go, but if you're talking making the call, the play call, that's Kellen Moore, and I have no doubt about that one. All right, guys, do me a favor. Go follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. I am sorry if we did not get to your questions. Blame Mitch for handing me this gross Bud Light orange to chug. So if we didn't get to it, tweet them or DM me at WhatGoingDowney. And oh, by the way, if you missed anything, the preview, mixed guest appearance, it's all coming up right now on Loop. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.